One of the top reasons seniors hesitate to move is because of not knowing how to deal with all the items in their home. This burden is real. It can be so overwhelming. So much so that oftentimes seniors decide not to move because of the huge burden. Now, we cannot let stuff get in the way of moving, and certainly cannot let the stuff create more stress. So let's dive into the top mistakes most people make to prevent this from happening to you or a loved one. These top mistakes I'm going to share with you aren't from an article or a blog, but from real life experience of helping literally thousands of seniors find a new home, move, and deal with the home left behind. So first mistake on our list, and it's a big one, is not knowing the top options for handling a home full of items. So there are only really two main options when needing to remove all the items from the home. First is hiring a professional estate sale company or hiring a company to remove all the items in the home. Regardless if you have an army wanting to help, and most don't, you will save so much time, money, and sanity by hiring professionals. If there are enough items in the home of decent value and condition, there could be enough items for an estate sale. If so, a professional estate sale company comes in, organizes the whole home to display all the items, handles all the marketing, hosts a sale at the home, then clears out the remaining items not sold. The family then gets a check minus a commission. You will only need to identify what you and your family might want. Literally. Leave everything else where it lays. Remember that everything is for sale at an estate sale, with the exception of actual trash like old food or paint cans. A roll of paper towels or plastic coat hangers are for sale, to give you an example of everything. Now, these aren't the top items people are looking for, but just to give you an idea that throwing such items away is just creating more work for you and potentially costing you money. Now, if there is not enough for a sale, you will most likely need to pay people to remove all the items. There are no charities that will clear out the home, and trying to do the work yourself will just end up what I like to call stuff paralysis. The cost of doing it on your own after renting dumpsters and materials can be close to what the professionals would have charged you. Now, I hate to be the bad guy or bearer of bad news, but all of our items do not retain the value we think they do. Yes, you heard me correctly, especially furniture. When people go to estate sales, they are looking for small items that they can take and put in their car, like jewelry, collectibles, items in the kitchen, tools in the garage, etc. Most people are not looking for a dining room furniture set from the 80s. No matter how nice it is or how much you paid for it. Another thing is that antique furniture went out of style in the 90s. And no, there is not a pent-up demand for it. So my whole point is all homes have some value when you total up the items, but that number usually needs to be a bare minimum of approximately $5,000 to $7,000 for a company to conduct an estate sale. Currently, the national average of gross sales at an estate sale is $8,500. Next mistake is donating items. Now, hear me out first. I love donating anything I can, but you have to first rule out that there are not enough items for an estate sale. Donating could be taking away items from what could be sold at an estate sale. You could also donate or give away too many items that would rule out a profitable estate sale. Remember how I said everything is for sale at an estate sale. So the clothes you are gathering and other items would be for sale. Next mistake is trying to do this at the same time as moving. We all know moving is stressful, regardless of age, but it is too overwhelming trying to decide what to take with you, what will be left behind, and handling the logistics of the move while doing this all at the same time. If in a position to do so, just focus on the move first. Then worry about the remaining items. So let's paint a picture of what this would look like. You or your parents just focus on the move itself. You leave everything else where it lays. After the move, you see what's left and decide the best course of action. This gives time to see if there's anything they forgot or might need. It also helps in remembering the home how you left it. Now, if all this seems too overwhelming and you will need to be selling your home, I can connect you with a real estate agent in your area that will not only help you sell the home, but help in devising a plan for all the items. Just click the link below pinned in the comments to set up a time for us to talk one-on-one. All right, next mistake is creating clutter. Most people start by bagging up clothes, donating items, and making piles. You could spend weeks doing this and realize you still have a lot of stuff left over. All this does is create more clutter, and ultimately it makes it harder for you when you hire professionals to help. If you're going to go through cupboards, closets, cabinets, see what's inside, remove anything you might want, then put those remaining items back in. I have seen too many families create more clutter by pulling everything out of every nook and cranny. The once semi-organized home looks like a clutter bomb went off. This will just add to the overwhelm and cost more time and money to handle. Next is having a garage sale. I don't know about you, but I don't enjoy doing them. Garage sales are for people that have the time to put one on and are only selling a few items. Garage sales are not intended to sell whole homes worth of items. This would be too much work, and the results are going to be selling a fraction of the items that need to be sold. Remember that the garage sale crowd is different from the estate sale crowd. At garage sales, people expect to pay very little for items. Estate sales are usually attended by people that frequent estate sales, and those people know the prices are going to be more appropriately priced. Remember, you are taken away from the possibility of having an estate sale as you are removing sellable items from the home. All of this is about finding the right people that can help you and being resourceful. If you will be moving into a senior living community, see how they can help and what resources are available to you. Use this as part of the bargaining tool or negotiation when meeting with these communities. Did you know that communities will help pay for the move and additional services? Who knows, this might be one of the additional services. The same goes for real estate agents if selling the home. There is no other person as eager as you to sell the home quickly as the real estate agent. So when meeting with agents, try to find agents that have a solid resources to handle all this for you. I'm always blown away when people say things like, I didn't know agents could help me with that. And if you need help finding a senior living community or real estate agent that could help you with all of this in your area, just click the link pinned in the comments below to set up a time to chat one-on-one. So if you are currently going through this process or will be in the near future, I would like to hear from you in the comments below on what your biggest challenge has been. Also, feel free to ask any questions and I'll try and help. Remember that this is an incredibly overwhelming task, but it doesn't have to be when you have the right people supporting you. Well, I'm Nate Morsey, and I hope you found this video helpful.